Hello, welcome you watching the Tuesday edition of This is Exclusive with me, Shavansan. Ladies and gentlemen, the first big breakthrough in the rescue operation that has been carried out in Uttarkashi. A 6-inch pipe has been sent in so that the essential food items could be sent to the 41 workers who have been trapped. A 5-point plan has been put in place. International experts have also been brought to the site. How many more days will it take to bring back the 41 workers who have been trapped? All this and much more in this edition of This is Exclusive. But first, these are the headlines we're tracking for you at this hour.
कभी क्रिकेट मैच में चला जाएगा, वो अलग बात है कि हरवा दिया। पीएम मतलब पनौती मोदी।
Prime Minister backs Team India, but Rahul at it says men in blue lost because of Modi.
ये बहुत ही शर्मिंदगी का बयान है, ये गाली है, बिल्कुल मर्यादा विहीन। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री का पद गरिमा का पद होता है।
BJP hits out at Congress, endorses Rahul's bizarre Panoti logic, demands apology now. NCERT panel suggests inclusion of Indian epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata in textbooks. Rescue teams establish audio-visual communication with trapped workers. Prime Minister takes stock of the operations. Trouble mounts for Byju's as Enforcement Directorate detects violation to the tune of 9,000 crore rupees. "15 years since 26/11 attacks, Israel takes a strong stand against terror, bans Pakistan-based outfit Lashkar-e-Toiba." Ladies and gentlemen, Indian epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata may soon find a place in history textbooks. Now, this recommendation came in by the panel of NCERT. Now, the NCERT's Social Science Committee that is headed by Professor C.I. Isaac has recommended various changes in the current curriculum, including the division of the history syllabus into 4 periods: classical, medieval, British and modern India. And the inclusion has essentially resulted in yet another political storm. Inclusion of some national heroes like Subhash Chandra Bose and others who for a very long time seem to have been completely ignored. The opposition has found this as yet another opportunity to hit out at the center. The opposition went all guns blazing and said that this was an attempt that was made by the Modi government to saffronize education. But today on this exclusive, we get into the fact. What exactly are the recommendations that have been made? Why exactly was this recommendation made? And if approved, when will it come to action? To answer all of this, in a short while from now, we'll also be joined by the panel member of the NCERT, Professor C.I. Isaac. But before that, take a look at how the story has unfolded so far.
Indian epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata may soon find a place in history textbooks as recommended by panel of the NCERT. The NCERT's Social Science Committee, headed by Professor C.I. Isaac, has recommended various changes in the current curriculum, including the division of the history syllabus into 4 periods: classical, medieval, British and modern India, and the inclusion of some national heroes like Subhash Chandra Bose.
किसी भी भारतीय को वह पढ़ना और समझना उसके भारतीय होने के लिए भी उपयोगी होगा और भारत के मन को समझने के लिए वो जरूरी होगा। इसलिए अगर रामायण और महाभारत ये पढ़ाए जाते हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि एक स्वागत योग्य कदम है।
Soon after, the opposition went all guns blazing, sharpening the attack, saying that it is the Modi government trying to saffronize education.
2014 से जब से नरेंद्र मोदी जी का रजीम आया, जो शिक्षा का जो भगवाकरण है वो इन्होंने करने का कोशिश किया। आप किसी भी धर्म के, हम ये कह रहे हैं कि आप कोई भी धर्म हो भारत का, आप उसको इतिहास लेखन का हिस्सा बनाएंगे, ये अन्याय होगा इतिहास के साथ।
But whenever election comes, he shifted to only religion. And this is the way the Narendra Modi want to win election by fanning electoral, communal fanaticism so that they can mobilize voters in his favor.
वैसे भी रामायण के बारे में हर जगह चर्चा होती रहती है और रामनवमी के समय 9 दिन का मंचन भी होता है। कौन व्यक्ति है जो रामायण के बारे में न जानता हो? जो मेरे
Well, joining us on This Is Exclusive is Professor Isaac, a member of the very panel that has made these recommendations. Professor Isaac, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Let me straight away begin by asking you, politics aside, on this matter, what was the rationale behind making the recommendations, starting with the fact that you've essentially recommended that it should be divided into 4 sections, which largely seem to have been completely eclipsed in the past. First, give us a sense on what basis were the recommendations essentially made.
It is basically Hindustan. The 85% of people living here are Hindu, leading Hindu way of life. Nothing wrong with it. It is our tradition. That is 5,000-year-old tradition. Students to know about our tradition, our parentage, our culture, our society, how this evolved. This is a secular society. How this secularism flourished here. It is because of Hindu way of thought, Hindu way of living. This secularism is spreading all over India without any problem. Anyhow, it is essential. We believe that it is essential to know about our tradition, our parentage, our past. Everything is very essential. But on the same time, the other communities, they are teaching their students their religion. It is not a religion. Hindu is not a religion. It's a way of life. And that way of life, how it evolved, that is the question. How it is evolved. That is very best example, Ramayana and Mahabharata. How this Rama conquered, went to Sri Lanka, and he not occupied the place, not started a colony there, but he taught the people of Sri Lanka what is dharma and how it be elitist. That was his main theme. That was his function. His role was over. He left to Ayodhya again. But that is, he believed that the mother country and mother country are better than heaven. That he believed. That is why he left Sri Lanka. That is a beautiful story. In a
Professor Isaac,
critical. Okay. Hello.
But Professor Isaac, sorry to interrupt, but Professor Isaac, the question that I also want to ask you is, many are now lashing out on the recommendations that have been made, including it has become a little political, given the fact that you are facing the accusation of attempts of saffronizing the syllabus. Why is it that it was not done in the past? And some of the recommendations that you've also made in the past, like for instance, changing India to Bharat, what many opposition parties say that this is a blatant attempt to saffronize.
Sorry, it is not saffronizing. What is wrong with the saffronizing? Saffronizing is a beautiful concept, but I am not insisting on saffronizing. But really, what happened is that this proposal was given 2 years back. Now the political undercurrents are changed, and they are waiting for election. That is why they are arguing, alleging that this saffronizing. It's not saffronizing. Safanizing is the core of the Hindu life, Indian life. Saffron is, is not a dangerous like red or other colors or green. It was the story of sacrifice of the people for the cause of nation. That it will enhance the patriotism. You remember that last year 250,000 students left India and they surrendered their passports and they converted. It is lack of there is a brain drain. This is really. It is because of this thing. That means the lack of patriotism. Patriotism is an essential condition. Otherwise, India will be nothing. It will lost its prime position nowadays.
But Professor Isaac, can I then ask you this question with regards to the contribution of our national heroes, Subhash Chandra Bose to several others, the recommendation that you've also made is that, do you essentially believe that during your study or during your research on this entire matter, do you believe that there was perhaps a deliberate attempt that was made to eclipse the contribution made by some of our national heroes, which perhaps some political parties have not been very comfortable talking about?
It is not aimed to sideline anybody, but unknown persons, lesser known persons. For instance, nobody knows about King Marthandavarma of Travancore. He defeated the Dutch force in a naval battle. Likewise, several Chhatrapati Shivaji, Rana Pratap Singh, so many people, they are ignored, and certain heroes are highlighted or certain persons are highlighted to the forefront. But the lesser known people, their role in the freedom movement and their role in the national building and their role in the other sectors, that should be exposed. That is the need of the hour. Otherwise, the students will come out with a lesser patriotism, lesser nationalism. That is the danger of the
Professor Isaac, can I then
near future? Okay.
Professor Isaac, just one final question that I want to take with you. In terms of the recommendations that have been made, you say that this is not something that has been made recently, it has been made in the past. Could you tell us what's the timeline like? By when can that be implemented? Has there been any sort of word really coming in from the NCERT board at this point in time in terms of the roadmap?
NCERT, as per government decision, NCERT appointed us, this social science group chairman and members. And our decision is unanimous. No objection is there. NCERT, this now the ball is in the court of NCERT and the government of education ministry. That they will decide. I am not responsible. I have no liability to enforce these all things. We given this sanction. Sanction can accept or not by government or education ministry. That is only.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Isaac, for joining us on this broadcast and at least confirming to us that as far as these recommendations that have been made, it is a unanimous decision that has been taken by your panel. Finally, the ball is in the court of the NCERT to take cognizance of the recommendations that have been made. Pleasure having you on This Is Exclusive. To focus, ladies and gentlemen, with regards to the rescue operation that is underway in Uttarkashi. It's been more than 200 hours since beneath the weight of the earth, 41 workers are still ensnared in the cold shadows of the ambitious Char Dham highway project in an embrace of darkness and silence. Efforts to rescue the 41 workers trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel in Uttarakhand have intensified with a focus on horizontal drilling using an auger machine. Now, on Monday, the first big breakthrough came in of the evacuation efforts that was achieved when a 6-inch pipe to supply essential commodities successfully reached the workers. Now, let's try and understand how the tragedy took place, the total length of the tunnel that was being constructed between Silkyara and Barkot is roughly about 4,533 meters. Now, the collapsed portion is about 35 meters, which I'm going to try and help you understand. And what exactly is the way forward from here, and how exactly are the rescue operations being carried out? Let's take a look at the entire details that are coming in. Now, that's the first big breakthrough that we were talking about. Now, on Monday, roughly about this 6-inch long food pipe was drilled. Now, that's from the Barkot end. So this is from where it enters. The food was being sent on the other side of the tunnel, the Silkyara side. Remember, right in between is where the 41 laborers are stuck. So far, we're being told essential items like dry fruit, food, clothes, all have been brought in. Take a look at here. This is how it has gone. The work on the construction of the rescue tunnel is about 480 meters. So that's the one big breakthrough. Now, there's a total of a 5-point plan that has been brought in. Of the 5-point plan, that's the first important crucial aspect, so that they are in a better condition. Now, on the other side, that's the Silkyara end, horizontal boring is yet to be done by NHIDCL. Remember, that's again the horizontal drilling that's expected to take place, which is again a part of the plan that they have. The Barkot end, which is on the other side, is from where the essential items have been sent in. Now, this is here where the crucial aspect we're given to understand has already begun, where the vertical drilling to rescue the workers, the machine of Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam has largely been used. Now, that's we're being told it's a 1.2 wide hole that is being dug vertically, straight direct in. Now, remember, there are challenges. So for many who are asking this question as to why exactly is it taking so very time, remember, this is a very crucial aspect of the entire investigation, the entire process, the rescue operation. The soil being loose and having the impact in the shear zone has essentially resulted in a situation where we're being told that they're being extremely cautious. Multiple agencies have been brought in. In fact, 5 agencies are working in tandem to ensure that this operation is successful. Let me also quickly go across to my colleague Akhil, who's joining us on this broadcast. Akhil has also spoken to some of the experts, international tunnel experts. We'll try and see if one of the international tunnel experts joins us on this broadcast. Akhil, first to you with regards to the current situation. As I understand, the vertical drilling has already begun. That's going to take some time. What happens to the other side, the Silkyara side? Are we to expect that the drilling is going to begin? Because that drilling, in fact, was stopped for a while because the machines did actually, there was a technical snag resulting in the drilling being stopped on Friday. What's the situation like right now?
Yes, we are standing right here at the head of the Silkyara tunnel. There you can see the major breakthrough which happened last evening. On last evening, what you can see, the head of the tunnel, here's the head of the tunnel, and there have been first pipe which has been installed over here was of the 4 millimeter in diameter, through which the essential items like food, the packed items and oxygen and medicines have been supplied. But it's the second pipe which has been installed yesterday evening. So the diameter of that path is approximately 6 millimeters. So that was a major breakthrough, Shavan. So through that pipe, the khichdi, the other food items like dalia and other liquid items also being provided to the rescuers. So these are the two approaches. First one is of the 4 millimeter diameter pipe which has been used. Second was this one is the 6 millimeter diameter part which has been used. And there have been this operation which has been going on 5 different levels. There have been 5 different prongs which have been basically used. So there you can see the front end of the tunnel. This is the head of the tunnel from where we have been speaking to the NDRF team, the SDRF team, the ITBP team, the BRO team, and all the technical experts from railways and ONGC. They have been saying that this is the most feasible and most practical position position from where the rescuer can, from where the victims will come out. And this is the head of the tunnel. If you'll go to the back side of the tunnel, we went to the back side of the tunnel during the daytime as well, and there's another operation which has been going on there. Similarly, what you can see, the forces over here, the workers over here, they are working in the full sheer enthusiasm. Similarly, they are working that side also, the Balkot side also. And there is another passage, which is the third passage. The side drilling is also going on. And there you see a JCB working over there. I would like to request my cameraman to show the visual of that JCB. So the BRO team is creating a passage which moves towards that direction. There you see light in that direction. And this will take to approximately to the top of the hill. And at the top of the hill, they will start the drilling. So once that passage will be completed. During the daytime, we interviewed a senior BRO official, and he was explaining to me that the passage of that, the length of that passage is approximately 1.5 kilometer, and out of 1.5 kilometer, 1.2 kilometer has already been built. So once that passage will be created, then they will start doing the surface thing, because it's a mountainous region. The nature of the soil is different over here. As we have been speaking to the expert, they have been telling that this is a new mountain. The Himalayan region is a different kind of mountainous region. So the fragile nature of the soil is completely different. So it will take some time to build that a stronger surface so that they can use that auger machine over there. And once the surface will be ready in a concrete manner, then they will start the drilling from that side as well. So we have been throughout the day, we have been speaking to the victims, family members who have arrived over here from different states like Uttarakhand, Bihar, Jharkhand. Jharkhand, why I especially mentioned, because there are 15 workers out of 41 workers who are trapped inside that tunnel are from Jharkhand. So out of the 15 workers who are from Jharkhand, some of the officials we interviewed today are from Jharkhand, and they said once the workers will safely come out from that tunnel, we will try to rescue and airlift them from Uttarakhand to back to Jharkhand, Ranchi. Over to you. Back to you, Shavan.
Well, thank you very much, Akhil, for getting us the latest report. So how long perhaps will that take? From the experts that we have spoken to through the day, it turns out that this perhaps is going to take roughly about another 3 to 4 days. Remember, the drilling on some parts are yet to begin. The vertical digging has already begun. But on the other hand, remember the Balkot end and Sialkot end, those are the area, Sialkara ends, the drilling yet to take place. So that's the reason why the challenges are only increasing. Let's now take a look at what has been achieved so far and why exactly has the entire rescue operation taken roughly about 10 days. Take a look at this report.
ऐसे ही बात हुई है, ऐसे ही पूछताछ ऐसे ही।
क्या उन्होंने कुछ आश्वासन दिया कब तक निकल पाएंगे? उन्होंने कुछ बताया कि कितने दिन लग सकते हैं?
जल्दी यही है कि जल्दी ही निकलेंगे।
कितने दिनों का वक्त दिया? लगभग 3 दिन 4 दिन, कुछ तो बोला होगा उन्होंने आपसे?
मतलब ये नहीं बोला है कि मतलब कल परसों निश्चय नहीं किया है, मतलब निकल जाएंगे, जल्दी निकल जाएंगे। निश्चय नहीं किया कि इस घड़ी पे निकलेंगे, मतलब निकल जाएंगे, बस यही।
As a part of the rescue operation, more 900 mm pipes have been brought near the tunnel to reach the trapped workers. The families of the trapped workers were finally able to speak to them when a 6-inch diameter pipeline was successfully laid across the debris on Monday morning. Through this 6-inch alternative lifeline, hot food was sent to the workers for the first time since they were trapped.
ये अभी अंदर भेजा जाएगा, जितने भी हमारे जितने 2 भाई लोग हैं अंदर है, जो फंसे हुए हैं, उनके लिए इससे पहले गरम खाना नहीं गया था, तो आज पहली बार आज गरम खाना जा रहा है, तो उसको भेजने के लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं।
Multivitamins, antidepressants and dry fruits are also being sent to 41 workers trapped in the tunnel. The food is being pushed through the same 6-inch wide pipeline that was pushed earlier on Monday through the rubble of the collapsed portion.
हमने डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल उत्तरकाशी में रखा हुआ है और ज़रूरत होगी तो टर्सरी केयर के हमने देहरादून में भी हॉस्पिटल अलर्ट मोड पर रखे हुए हैं, एम्स और दून मेडिकल कॉलेज और महंत।
Uttarakhand CM Pushkar Singh Dhami has reassured that the rescue operations are in full swing.
हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी लगातार रोज़ उनकी चिंता कर रहे हैं, रोज़ उसकी जानकारी प्राप्त कर रहे हैं और हर संभव वहाँ से सहायता भी हमको प्रदान कर रहे हैं कि जितनी भी एजेंसियाँ लगी हैं और जो बेहतर तालमेल हो सकता है वो सब हो रहा है। हमने आज माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को भी सारी जानकारी दी है।
The hospitals nearby have been put on high alert. The rescue operations are constantly being monitored as PM Modi takes stock of the situation. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
That's all that we could pack in this edition of this exclusive. On the other side, Prime Minister backs Team India, but Rahul at it says men in blue lost because of Modi.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp and also Al-Fakura, the UN school where the operations were carried out.
कांग्रेस वो पार्टी है जो निवेशकों को भगाती है।
क्या डर है आपको और किससे डरे हुए हैं जो आप कास्ट सेंसस नहीं करा रहे हैं?
आज 1 करोड़ नौजवान मध्य प्रदेश में बेरोजगार हैं।
किसानों के लिए जो काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने किया, कांग्रेस ने कभी किया था क्या?
राहुल गांधी को जो है ना पॉलिटिकल एमनीजिया की बीमारी है।
एक कांग्रेस पार्टी ना देश का विकास कर सकती है ना मध्य प्रदेश का।
पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर भी देख पा रहे हैं जहां पर लगातार हमले तेज हो रहे हैं। आईडीएफ की तरफ से वीडियो जारी कर बताया गया है कि गाजा पट्टी में कैसे एक्शन में नजर आ रही है 400वीं ब्रिगेड, उसकी तस्वीर अब सामने आई है। आईडीएफ का ऑपरेशन लगातार एडवांस स्टेज में आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
चुनौतियां जहां गाजा सिटी से आगे बढ़ने की थी, अब वो चुनौतियां दोबारा वहीं सरहदी इलाकों पर आ गई हैं, क्योंकि हमास काफी ज्यादा चुनौती दे रहा है। हमास अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये बात जो है इजराइल भी जानता है और यही कारण है कि बार बार उनकी पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप ये कह रही है कि ये जंग लंबे समय तक चलेगी।
रिपब्लिक आपको जंग के मैदान से वो तस्वीरें दिखाने और बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो अब से पहले आपने कभी नहीं देखी थी। ये पूरा इलाका छावनी में तब्दील हो चुका है। आर्मी की करीब 25,000 जो रिजर्व फोर्सेज हैं वो यहाँ पर हैं। गोलन हाइट्स का जो बॉर्डर है वो बमुश्किल 8 किलोमीटर है और इसीलिए ये एक्टिव वॉर फील्ड है। यहाँ पर बड़े हमले करने की तैयारी की जा रही है।
आईडीएफ कर रही थी उसके मुताबिक सुरंग मिली है और उसका वीडियो जारी किया गया है। 55 मीटर लंबी और 10 मीटर गहरी ये सुरंग मिली है अल-शिफा अस्पताल के कॉम्प्लेक्स से।
We'll now share this video which shows the same hostage entering into the hospital with the gunmen, terrorists inside the hospital.
जो सस्पेक्ट किया गया था इजरायली डिफेंस फोर्सेस की तरफ से वो यहाँ पर वाकई मिलता दिखाई दे रहा है।
इस वक्त हम एक्टिव वॉर जोन में हैं और जिस जगह पर हम हैं यहाँ से हिजबुल्लाह को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। ये आर्टिलरी जोन है जहाँ पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। उस तरफ जिधर हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी उन दूर पहाड़ियों पर बैठे हुए हैं और वहाँ से वो फायर करते हैं और उसका जवाब यहाँ से जो आर्टिलरी वेपन्स हैं, जो आर्टिलरीज हैं, वो जवाब देते हैं। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे आर्टिलरी वेपन्स यहाँ पर इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं और हिजबुल्लाह पर सीधे हमले करते हैं। यहाँ पर आर्मी एक्टिवली लगातार हिजबुल्लाह पर
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic TV. All the election updates, including Prime Minister Modi's rally and the roadshow that is taking place in Rajasthan to the heated campaign in Telangana. We'll get you all the updates in this election special. First up, let's have a quick check of the headlines.
कभी क्रिकेट मैच में चला जाएगा, वो अलग बात है कि हरवा दिया। पीएम मतलब पनौती मोदी।
Prime Minister backs Team India, but Rahul at it again, says men in blue lost because of Modi.
ये बहुत ही शर्मिंदगी का बयान है, ये गाली है, बिल्कुल मर्यादा विहीन। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री का पद गरिमा का पद होता है।
BJP hits back at Congress, demands apology over Rahul's Panoti logic. Prime Minister Modi takes on Gehlot government, says Hindu festivals have become victim of riots in Rajasthan under the Congress. 4 days to go for Rajasthan elections. Congress releases election manifesto. Congress promises caste-based survey in Rajasthan. Manifesto says even Prime Minister included his caste in backward class after he became the CM. And we cut across to these latest images coming in from Jaipur. Prime Minister Modi has arrived for a mega road show in Jaipur. He is campaigning in the election-bound state of Rajasthan. These are the live images coming from the pink city of Jaipur, where Prime Minister Modi is campaigning for the upcoming elections. Rajasthan is set to vote in the next 4 days. These are the pictures, the live pictures we're getting. We have a reporter on the ground. We have Harsha on the ground covering this entire roadshow and getting the mood of Rajasthan as we bring to you this election coverage. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi held a rally in Baran. He has been on an unrelenting campaign trail in the state of Rajasthan, launching fiery attacks on the Gehlot government as well. Harsha is joining us live on this broadcast. Harsha, if you can give our viewers a sense of the mood, the electric mood that is currently in Jaipur as we build up to this mega roadshow. We'll try to get Harsha back on the phone line right now, and in fact we'll just pick up the Nat sound there from the rally, from the roadshow in Jaipur, as thousands have lined up on the streets to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Modi as he campaigns in the pink city of Jaipur. People waving BJP flags, awaiting Prime Minister there in Jaipur while he is on his campaign trail. We cut across to the Nat sound coming in from the road show.
जयपुर में रोड शो शुरू हो चुका है। और जगह जगह पर जो रोड शो का रास्ता है वहां पर दोनों ओर लोग खड़े हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री भी हाथ हिलाकर लोगों का अभिवादन वहां पर स्वीकार कर रहे हैं और जय श्री राम के नारे वहां पर लगाए जा रहे हैं। ये आवाज़ें आप तक भी पहुंच रही होंगी वहां से, और ये जो दृश्य आप देख रहे हैं उसमें प्रधानमंत्री हाथ हिलाकर लोगों का अभिवादन स्वीकार कर रहे हैं। सड़क के दोनों ओर भारी संख्या में वहां पर लोग मौजूद हैं। लोग प्रधानमंत्री पर पुष्प वर्षा कर उनका स्वागत कर रहे हैं। तो काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण प्रधानमंत्री का ये रोड शो है राजस्थान में विधानसभा चुनाव हो रहे हैं और इन विधानसभा चुनावों के दौरान प्रधानमंत्री लगातार राजस्थान के कई इलाकों में चुनावी रैलियां कर चुके हैं और ये प्रधानमंत्री का रोड शो इस वक्त आप देख सकते हैं। इससे पहले भी कल प्रधानमंत्री ने राजस्थान में ही रोड शो किया था और आज जयपुर में प्रधानमंत्री रोड शो कर रहे हैं। और ये भी बताया जा रहा है कि ये पहला मौका है जब जयपुर के इस पुराने इलाके में भारत के कोई प्रधानमंत्री पहुंचे हुए हैं। और जयपुर के सांगानेरी गेट स्थित हनुमान मंदिर से ये रोड शो शुरू हो चुका है, जो बापू बाजार, नेहरू बाजार, किशनपोल बाजार से होते हुए आगे बढ़ेगा।
These are the latest images coming in from Jaipur as Prime Minister Modi has started his road show campaigning there for the BJP candidates in Jaipur. We also have Harsha on the ground getting in the mood of the road show, speaking to people there. Harsha, what we would like you to get us a ground coverage from where you are right now on the mood there at PM Modi's Jaipur road show.
So right now I'm reporting from the Sanganeri Gate Hanuman Temple. This is a very important place if we talk about the political relevance and if we talk about how important this is for BJP, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be covering three major assembly constituency, Adarsh Nagar, Kishanpol and Hawa Mahal, and also the Badi Chopper, Choti Chopper, Nehru Bazaar and several bazaar which will fall in the entire road show. The stretch of 4 kilometers is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be covering. But I'll ask my camera person to show you visuals, because you can see sea of people here who have gathered to just catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. More and more people have gathered, and ecstatic, jubilated, elated crowd could be seen cheering and sloganeering and chanting Har Har Modi, Ghar Ghar Modi, Jai Shri Ram. And these are the visuals because the entire wall city is decorated and is lit right now. The electrifying mood of everyone could be witnessed here, and that is the charisma right now of the old Jaipur, of this pink city. We'll try to speak to more and more who have gathered here, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi has started the road show, the 4-kilometer stretch, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also trying, the BJP is also trying to move to move out and gain all these seats which BJP lost in 2018 to Congress. But I'll ask my camera person Hitesh to stay on the visuals, BJP's posters, flags, placards and the chants, sloganeering. And let me tell you that the crowd right now on your screen, this crowd has been waiting to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi since 2 o'clock. They have waited almost 4 to 4.5 hours to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this is right now what we clearly see on our screen. So these are the visuals which we are getting from old Jaipur, and this place also have a political relevance, and I'll tell you why. Because in 2008, May 13, several people lost their lives in a series of bomb blast, and therefore this is the first Prime Minister after that incident. This is the first time any Prime Minister is doing a road show in this entire area. The slogans could clearly be heard, and this place is very much important for BJP to win back. Right now, Congress, 5 MLAs of Congress are in the seats, and only 3 MLAs BJP has. But right now, it is very important for BJP to gain the seats and get back and regain the seat and the voters in their favor. And if we talk about the mood right now of this very place, the old Jaipur, the pink city, the wall city, if we will tell about the mood is lit. Everyone is waiting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi right now have the road show has started from Adarsh Nagar towards Kishanpol, and then the road show will be moving towards Hawa Mahal area, and then finally will be coming to this point. Also, there's a Hanuman temple. The relevance of Hanuman temple is very important if we talk about, because the first blast which which happened in 2008 was at this Hanuman temple, and therefore this is a place where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be performing puja. We have got to know it through Pandits and Purohit that this place has lot of political relevance, and this place has already seen a serious and a tense situation from past several years, and this is an effort, an attempt of BJP to connect and unite everyone, every section of society, this time through this road show of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But still we'll try to speak to several people who have gathered here because all have been waiting to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. आपको इतनी दूर से Prime Minister की एक झलक दिखी?
हम बहुत ही खुश हुए, हमको दिखी मोदी जी की झलक, और इतना जनता ने उत्साह से उनका स्वागत किया है कि हम सोच भी नहीं सकते। सब मोदी जी के दीवाने हैं पूरे।
हम भी सुन रहे थे हर हर मोदी, घर घर मोदी, जय श्री राम, ये नारे पिछले 4 घंटे से आप लोग लगातार नारे लगा रहे जब तक प्रधानमंत्री आ नहीं गए। तो यानी कि आप लोग मान रहे हैं कि राजस्थान में हवा इस बार बीजेपी की है?
पूरा तूफान बीजेपी का है और मोदी जी के दीवाने हैं लोग बाग। जनता को आज भी मोदी जी का समर्थन करना चाहिए। उन्हीं के नेतृत्व में ये देश बहुत ऊंचाइयों को छू सकता है। जय श्री राम।
So right now these are the visuals and the mood of Jaipur, the mood of the pink city, the wall city and the old Jaipur. The essence is intact as it was, and therefore these people, the crowd have been waiting for almost 4.5 hours to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the place where the roadshow started from, Sanganeri Gate, Hanuman Temple. From there, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has moved from Adarsh Nagar to Kishan Pol, and then towards and he will be coming back through the Hawa Mahal and back to this place from where the road show is started. And still the sloganeering continues, the chant is still going on, and you can see the kind of arrangements which has been done here. More than 5,000 security personnel have been deployed here to look into the security of this pink city, the wall city. And therefore again, the color, the entire the saffron color could be seen as far as you will see here. Jai Shri Ram sloganeering and chanting continues, and this entire Rajasthan elections for BJP has been very different. Prime Minister Narendra Modi from past several days is back to back conducting road shows he has conducted, and the kind of response and the kind of cheer Prime Minister is receiving from the public, from the crowd, is what BJP believes is going to be in favor for BJP in this Rajasthan elections. And right now these all are waiting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi will again be back to this very place, the Hanuman Temple. We are waiting right now. Lot of political war of words we also heard in this Rajasthan election with Rahul Gandhi, you were making controversial statements and remarks on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, with BJP pitching on bulldozer, law and order and the Sanatan topic, this time to revive and regain the lost power in Rajasthan. And also some of the experts believe that it is Rajasthan's rotation jinx as well, which can make BJP win this very election in Rajasthan. Right now you are watching Republic TV. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's road show in the old Jaipur, in the wall city, have started, and now everyone is ecstatic, jubilated and waiting to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. You're watching Republic TV. Stay tuned for a short break. On the other side of the break, we'll show you more cheerful faces and sloganeering from the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's road show in Old Jaipur.
We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp, and also Al Fakura, the UN school where the operations were carried out. parliament of the Hamas political bureau has been captured by the Israel Defense Forces. This comes on the 30th day of the war. Recovery of the arms and ammunition from the basement of Rantisi Hospital, which is the hospital of the children in the Gaza Strip, and that was occupied by the terrorists of Hamas, the underground tunnel system, the basement being used by the terrorists of Hamas, possibly to keep the hostages, as being said by the Israel Defense Forces. This speaks of the volumes that how the schools, the mosques, the kindergartens and also the hospitals are being used as their bases, the hideouts by the terrorists of Hamas, and now many of them has been busted.
पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर भी देख पा रहे हैं जहां पर लगातार हमले तेज हो रहे हैं। आईडीएफ की तरफ से वीडियो जारी कर बताया गया है कि गाजा पट्टी में कैसे एक्शन में नजर आ रही है 400वीं ब्रिगेड, उसकी तस्वीर अब सामने आई है। आईडीएफ का ऑपरेशन लगातार एडवांस स्टेज में आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
चुनौतियां जहां गाजा सिटी से आगे बढ़ने की थी, अब वो चुनौतियां दोबारा वहीं सरहदी इलाकों पर आ गई हैं, क्योंकि हमास काफी ज्यादा चुनौती दे रहा है। हमास अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये बात जो है इजराइल भी जानता है, और यही कारण है कि बार बार उनकी पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप ये कह रही है कि ये जंग लंबे समय तक चलेगी।
कांग्रेस वो पार्टी है जो निवेशकों को भगाती है।
क्या डर है आपको और किससे डरे हुए हैं जो आप कास्ट सेंसस नहीं करा रहे हैं?
आज 1 करोड़ नौजवान मध्य प्रदेश में बेरोजगार हैं।
किसानों के लिए जो काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने किया, कांग्रेस ने कभी किया था क्या?
राहुल गांधी को जो है ना पॉलिटिकल एमनीजिया की बीमारी है।
एक कांग्रेस पार्टी ना देश का विकास कर सकती है ना मध्य प्रदेश का।
ये तोप के गोले हैं, जरा इनकी साइज देखिए, और इन्हीं तोप के गोलों से हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकियों का इलाज किया जा रहा है। ये वो टैंक है जिसकी रेंज करीब 35 किलोमीटर है। ये मतो टैंक कहा जाता है, और जिस तरफ आप बैरल का मुंह देख रहे हैं उस तरफ हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी हैं। हम इस वक्त जिस इलाके में हैं,
and we cut across to these images coming in from Jaipur, where Prime Minister Modi is conducting a road show campaigning for the BJP candidates in the pink city of Jaipur. Harsha is reporting live from the road show, speaking to people. They're speaking to BJP workers, getting us the mood on the ground. Thousands are gathering on both sides of the road to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Modi as he campaigns in Rajasthan, with just 4 days to go for the first vote to be cast in the city. This road show has started from the Sanganeri gate in Hanuman temple. There's tremendous enthusiasm about Prime Minister's road show. It's a 4-kilometer road show, as we know, and Prime Minister would take at least 2 hours, is what we're gathering, to cover the entire stretch of the road show. We have Harsha joining us live on this broadcast. Harsha, over to you.
So Sonika, as you were rightly mentioning, the Enthu crowd could clearly be seen, and the crowd is really enthusiastic. They are cheerful. They are sloganeering continuously from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And Sonika, this place has a lot of political relevance, because right now this Sanganeri Gate Hanuman Temple, where I'm standing right now, in 2008 May 13, several lives were lost in the series of bomb blasts in this very area, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has chosen these all stretch, Badi Chopper, Choti Chopper, Tripolia Bazaar, Jori Bazaar, the entire stretch where the series of bomb blast happened in 2008, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's entire attempt, and you know, the mood behind it is to connect and unite each and every section of the people together. In 20 2018, BJP lost 5 seats in this entire stretch. Adarsh Nagar, Hawa Mahal, Sanganeri, Kishanpol area, this all was lost by BJP, and Congress had made a huge dent in this entire area, and BJP is trying to regain this entire area with a massive roadshow of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Right now you're watching Republic TV. Stay tuned for a short break. On the other side of the break, we'll show you more enthused crowd as they are cheering and sloganeering for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, first Prime Minister to do a road show in the old Jaipur in the walled city. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after a short break.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Parliament of the Hamas political bureau has been captured by the Israel Defense Forces. This comes on the 30th day of the war. Recovery of the arms and ammunition from the basement of Rantisi Hospital, which is the hospital of the children in the Gaza Strip, and that was occupied by the terrorists of Hamas, the underground tunnel system, the basement being used by the terrorists of Hamas, possibly to keep the hostages, as being said by the Israel Defense Forces. This speaks of the volumes that how the schools, the mosques, the kindergartens and also the hospitals are being used as their bases, the hideouts by the terrorists of Hamas, and now many of them has been busted.
रिपब्लिक आपको जंग के मैदान से वो तस्वीरें दिखाने और बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो अब से पहले आपने कभी नहीं देखी थी। ये पूरा इलाका छावनी में तब्दील हो चुका है। आर्मी के करीब 25,000 जो रिजर्व फोर्सेस हैं वो यहाँ पर हैं। गोलन हाइट्स का जो बॉर्डर है वो बमुश्किल 8 किलोमीटर है और इसीलिए ये एक्टिव वॉर फील्ड है। यहाँ पर बड़े हमले करने की तैयारी की जा रही है।
We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp and also Al-Fakura, the UN school where the operations
Big breaking news coming in right now. ED has attached immovable properties belonging to Associated Journals Limited, which runs National Herald newspaper. These properties amount to rupees 751.9 crore is what we are getting to know. Enforcement Directorate has issued an order to provisionally attach properties worth 751.9 crore rupees in a money laundering case that is being investigated under the PMLA. Investigation has revealed that Associated Journals AJL is in possession of proceeds of crime in the form of immovable properties spread across as many cities in India such as Delhi, Mumbai and Lucknow. We have Shravan joining us on the phone line to give us more more details about this crackdown by the Enforcement Directorate. Shravan, over to you. What are the details that you're gathering?
Sanika, in fact, a total of 751 crore rupees worth properties have been attached. The division is between Associated Journals Limited and Young Indian. As far as properties linked to Associated Journals are concerned, that is to the tune of roughly about 661 crore rupees. And with regards to Young Indian, property worth about 90 crore rupees have been attached. Now, these are immovable properties in the cities of Delhi, Mumbai and Lucknow. Remember, this is not the first time, but the attachment has essentially taken place. In the past too, the Enforcement Directorate had made the attachment in this particular case. Remember, this is with regards to a purchasing loan that was given from AICC, that is the All India Congress Committee, to Young Indian. This was roughly about 90 crore rupees loan that was essentially given to them. Young Indian thereafter had demanded either repayment of loans or allotment of equity shares to AJL, and AJL had basically given that. Thereafter, remember, in the money laundering case, they've established so far is that the loan that has been granted was done in an illegal manner, and Young Indian did not show any source of income when they actually got the loan from AJL.
Thank you very much, Shravan, for joining us with those details. We're going to keep a close track on the developments in this big news break that we're getting. More news and updates with regards to this ED crackdown on AJL's property after this short break. Also coming up after the break, we're getting you live images from Prime Minister Modi's roadshow in Jaipur.
इस वक्त हम एक्टिव वॉर जोन में हैं और जिस जगह पर हम हैं यहाँ से हिजबुल्लाह को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। ये आर्टिलरी जोन है जहाँ पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। उस तरफ जिधर हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी उन दूर पहाड़ियों पर बैठे हुए हैं और वहाँ से वो फायर करते हैं और उसका जवाब यहाँ से जो आर्टिलरी वेपन्स हैं, जो आर्टिलरीज हैं, वो जवाब देते हैं। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे आर्टिलरी वेपन्स यहाँ पर इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं और हिजबुल्लाह पर सीधे हमले करते हैं। यहाँ पर आर्मी एक्टिवली लगातार हिजबुल्लाह पर हमले कर रही है। ये तोप के गोले हैं, जरा इनकी साइज देखिए और इन्हीं तोप के गोलों से हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकियों का इलाज किया जा रहा है। ये वो टैंक है जिसकी रेंज करीब 35 किलोमीटर है। ये मतो टैंक कहा जाता है और जिस तरफ आप बैरल का मुंह देख रहे हैं उस तरफ हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी हैं। हम इस वक्त जिस इलाके में हैं यहाँ पर एक्टिव वॉर जोन है। यहाँ करीब 500 की तादाद में आर्टिलरी मैन तैनात किए गए हैं। ये मतो टैंक है जो हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादियों को चुन चुन कर उनका सफाया कर रहा है।
इस वक्त हम आर्मिस्टिस लाइन पर मौजूद हैं और आप मेरे पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर पर लगातार तेज होती बम्बार्डमेंट की तस्वीरें सीधे देख पा रहे हैं। इस्माइल हानिये जो पूरी तरह से हेड करता है हमास को, उसके घर को देर रात जो है स्ट्राइक्स हुई हैं उसमें नेस्तनाबूद कर दिया गया है। अल शिफा अस्पताल में भी ऑपरेशन जारी है। जो जानकारी IDF की तरफ से दी गई है उसमें बताया गया कि उसके अंदर तमाम जो हथियार है, एडवांस्ड वेपन्स हैं जिनका इस्तेमाल हमास इजराइल के खिलाफ करता है, वो वेपन्स बरामद किए गए हैं। हमास की तरफ से कहा गया कि 3 दिन का अगर सीज फायर किया जाता है तो कुछ बंधकों को छोड़ा जा सकता है।
We are reporting from the armistice line of agreement and the intense small arms firing that is taking place as the day has begun. There was a briefing for the Israel media by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in which he has made it amply clear that there is going to be no permanent ceasefire, but yes, there is a possibility of temporary ceasefire in exchange of the hostages. As we speak, there are loud bangs that are taking place inside the Gaza city, very close to the Jabalia refugee camp and also Al Fakura, the UN school where the operations were carried out. Parliament of the Hamas political bureau has been captured by the Israel Defense Forces. This comes on the 38th day of the war. Recovery of the arms and ammunition from the basement of Rantisi Hospital, which is the hospital of the children in
We remember, ladies and gentlemen, are just days away from the big battle in Rajasthan. That is a state that has a revas, that it does not repeat an incumbent government, and that has been a tradition at least for the last 30 years. But the Congress has released its manifesto a little earlier in the day today. They are calling this guarantee, they are calling these laws, where they are talking of right from OPS to a caste survey to giving benefits to women and to farmers. The BJP some days ago had released its Sankalp Patra, where again there is a lot of conversation about the paper leak, again an issue that the Prime Minister has spoken of again and again. They say we'll form an SIT when we come into power on the many leaks, the scams in the Ashok Gehlot government. But if that was not it, the Prime Minister in the penultimate push is right now, even as we speak, holding a roadshow in Jaipur. And that's a huge roadshow. It covers about 8 to 10 constituencies. It's a roadshow that's going to go on for at least 90 minutes. And the Prime Minister again and again has ensured that he is the best face forward for the BJP. So what really will happen in these 200 seats that Rajasthan holds in the battle of the BJP versus the Congress on the very same day that Rahul Gandhi was also campaigning in the state of Rajasthan, and he's again hit out at the Prime Minister. He uses a phrase, quote unquote, panoti. The BJP says he needs to apologize. We'll get you all details on those big stories and much more. The headlines first up. The Prime Minister backing Team India, but Rahul Gandhi now says the men in blue lost because of the Prime Minister. The BJP hits out at the Congress, endorsing Rahul Gandhi's bizarre Panoti logic, also demanding an apology now from him. The Enforcement Directorate has attached properties worth about 751 crore belonging to the Associated Journals, which runs the National Herald newspaper. NCERT panel suggesting inclusion of the Indian epics Ramayana and Mahabharata in textbooks. Rescue teams have established an audio-visual communication with the trapped workers. The Prime Minister taking stock of the operations that are underway right now in Uttarakhand. The Congress has promised a caste-based survey in the state of Rajasthan in case it is voted back to power. They even say the Prime Minister included his caste in the backward class. "15 years since the 26/11 attacks, Israel taking a stand against terror, banning the Pakistan-based outfit Lashkar-e-Toiba. So a lot of political action that we are looking in the poll-bound states of both Rajasthan and in Telangana. We'll get you highlights of that. Also, getting you more details on a story that is just breaking right now. This is about the Enforcement Directorate and some bit of action that has been reported on the AGL. Let's break that story first up and get you more insight on what we are talking about. The Enforcement Directorate has attached about 751 crore in the form of immovable properties belonging to the Associated Journals Limited, which runs the National Herald newspaper. Shravan is on the phone line. He has more details. Shravan, what more do we know about this?
Well, in fact, a total of 751 crore rupees worth properties have been attached. The division that we know as of now is that Associated Journals Limited properties worth about 661 crore rupees have been attached. And as far as Young Indian is concerned, roughly about 90 crore rupees worth property have been attached. Most of these properties are in the form of immovable properties based in Delhi, Mumbai and Lucknow. This is not the first time when the Enforcement Directorate has basically attached properties belonging to Young Indian as well as Associated Journal. In fact, they say that they've essentially come across fresh evidence once again with regards to the fact that how AJL was largely given loan and land was given at a concessional rate. And despite the kind of loan that was provided to Associated Journal, remember that loan was not repaid to AICC. That remains the predicate offence in this particular case. And they also say that they've come across evidence to the fact that Young Indian was largely brought in to siphon off the funds.
Now, Shravan, the first response that has come in from the Congress party that has links to the National Herald paper essentially has been that this is political vendetta, this is a witch hunt. They say there is nothing in the case, it's all a cooked up story, and these are cases, they say, that go back in history and again they are raked up to essentially, demean us. Now, what do the agencies say and where does the investigation stand at this point in time, Shravan?
Well, as far as the opposition parties are concerned, remember, they have largely been saying that this is once again vendetta. But just to put this into perspective, it is the court which had basically issued instructions to the enforcement. In fact, it is the court here in the national capital which held that there were 7 accused persons, which also includes a Young India. And during the trial, they came across the evidence that they had committed offences of under various sections, which also included sections of 420 and 120B of the IPC, which essentially is criminal conspiracy, misappropriation of property. These are some of the charges that were upheld by the court. And in fact, it is the court in its observation had indicated that the accused here, 7 accused in this particular case, they had hatched a criminal conspiracy to acquire properties that are worth hundreds of crores to AGL. And remember, AGL had largely got these properties at a concessional rate. At that point in time, in Haryana, there was the Congress government that was in power. And the Enforcement Directorate says that there is the transactions that they've come across, which only goes on to indicate that there was no intention of repaying the loan to begin with. And secondly, it was a diversionary tactic to ensure that the fund that came in from AICC would have largely once again gone back to Young Indian with the same directors at the helm.
Shravan, for the moment, thank you. And now let's shift our focus to the other stories that continue to grab a lot of headlines. In fact, this is a story that can be looked at different perspectives. Now, soon after the Congress MP Rahul Gandhi took a jibe at the Prime Minister by blaming him for India's loss to Australia in the World Cup final, the BJP now has questioned the usage
of such a word for the Prime Minister and have also asked him to apologize. Earlier, Rahul Gandhi, while addressing a rally in Barmer in Rajasthan, has claimed that the Prime Minister's presence in the stadium was the reason behind India's World Cup final loss.
याद है? हाँ क्या? पनौती वो अच्छा भला वहां पे अच्छा भला हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते, वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया। टीवी वाले ये नहीं कहेंगे, मगर जनता जानती है।
प्रधानमंत्री को लेकर अपशब्द कर रहे हैं, क्या कुछ कहेंगे?
ये बहुत ही शर्मिंदगी का बयान है, ये गाली है, बिल्कुल मर्यादा विहीन। मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है, मैं वैसे शब्द प्रयोग नहीं कर सकता हूं। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री का पद गरिमा का पद होता है और नरेंद्र मोदी जी आज दुनिया के नेता हैं, सबको इनकरेज करते हैं। उनके बारे में ऐसे शब्दों का प्रयोग राहुल गांधी करें, मैंने क्या मैं बोलूं? या तो कहूंगा हताशा में वो इतना उनकी सोच गड़बड़ा गई है, राजनीतिक सोच, कि क्या बोल रहे हैं, कौन बोल रहे हैं, या फिर किसी ने लिख के दे दिया होगा। तो राहुल गांधी तो अपने कुछ करते हैं, जिसने लिख के दे दिया बोल देते हैं।
इससे पहले सोनिया गांधी प्रधानमंत्री इससे पहले आप शब्द बोल चुकी हैं।
हाँ, उन्होंने तो कहा ही था, मौत का सौदागर कहा था ना, तो कांग्रेस पार्टी गुजरात में साफ हो गई, अब वो भारत में साफ होगी।
लेकिन लगातार 10 मैच खेला और खिलाड़ियों का मनोबल बढ़ाते हुए प्रधानमंत्री खुद दिखाई पड़ते हैं, और इस तरीके से अपशब्द।
ये सवाल आप मुझसे पूछ रहे हैं, ये सवाल देश पूछ रहा है। राहुल गांधी से ये सवाल देश पूछ रहा है। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री को कांग्रेस पार्टी का युवराज जो प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहता है वो गाली देगा? क्या भारत का लोकतंत्र यहां आ गया है? और क्षमा करे सोनिया गांधी, आपने अपने पुत्र की यही ट्रेनिंग दी है।
I mean, it's such a despicably poor. Sports is games are played, matches are won and lost. If he wants to, I mean, he's continuing the Congress tradition, is he not? He's actually continuing the Congress tradition of calling all abusive names of the Prime Minister. Didn't they earlier say he's a viper, gutter snipe? Didn't they say, he's this, he's that? He's continuing that tradition. I thought he'll stay away from it and have his chelas, Manishankar Iyer and others, talk about it. He's joining the league. Is that how sports has got to be encouraged? Is that the route with which Congress wants to encourage? That's why you saw the podium, from the playground to the podium scheme of PM has resulted in so many wonderful Olympic and other Asian Games, such victories. Even our Para-Olympics are performing so beautifully. So we need to see what is the approach Congress takes, whether it is sports or whether in their hatred for PM. This is another classic example.
I don't consider him a leader. I only consider him a representative of Congress party. And the derogatory remark that he has made is no comment on the Prime Minister, because Prime Minister stood by his team. Prime Minister stood by the ISRO chief when first mission of Chandrayaan failed, and he stands by that in sports as in life, you win some, you lose some. But when you lose, you don't lose your heart and you don't lose your spirit. But to call him Panoti, to basically call him a cursed person, I don't know, is it a derogatory remark on the Prime Minister, or is it an introduction of who Rahul Gandhi is and what capacity Rahul Gandhi has, and does he even make a cut to be called a leader? He's only a representative of Gandhi-Nehru family. I don't even consider him a leader, because he doesn't represent the value system of India and Indians. Indians, by and large, even if you're in opposition, you're respectful to your opposition in your conduct and your behavior, and your language is restrained, at least in public places. In public places, you try and say the right things, and even if you have to say the harsh things, you use the harsh language without being disregardful or disrespectful to anyone. And this, I think, is a lesson both in life and in politics, that by calling someone names, you don't become big and you don't become great. You only bring yourself down and reflect how you have been brought up. It's a reflection on who you are as a person and your own upbringing. It's a reflection on Rahul Gandhi's upbringing more than a reflection on who Prime Minister Modi is.
Madam, we have seen over the last 9 years and even before that, right from Modi ji became Gujarat Chief Minister, when Congress gets desperate, the only language it knows is attacking PM with filthy language. That's the only language and grammar they know, which we are seeing for a long, long time. Let me put this World Cup final in perspective in my humble opinion, madam. It takes courage for a head of a state, for a Prime Minister, to visit a match, that to a World Cup final, clearly when you know India is on the losing side. When PM came there, because his definition of success is different. I am sure the PM would have given the same support if India had won the cup. The PM has given the same support even if India is on the losing side. His definition of success is very simple. Not necessarily getting a cup. It is like how you played. You have put the country first. The players have played with their heads held high. It's a fantastic game. For 10 continuous games we won. Prime Minister came, he sat through, watched the match, encouraged the players that the head of a state, of a country, PM himself is there for you. Just play your game. Went and gave the trophy. Went to the dressing room, consoled each player individually. It is not PM is doing for the first time, ma'am. He has done it on multiple occasions at the biggest arena. Whenever, right from the ISRO, Dr. Shivan, right from our women hockey team, when they had a very close match, and different points of time. He celebrates winners. He also celebrates people who couldn't get that winning effect on that particular day, but still they put their effort. If Rahul Gandhi's idea of success is only winning, I really pray that he should get his examined somewhere else. Because PM stands for people when they need him. And exactly PM did that on November 19th in Ahmedabad, when he stood with our players rock solid. That is what India is looking up to. We are 142 crore people. Not all 142 crore can win on every single day. I lose someday, you lose someday, everybody lose someday. I want the Prime Minister to treat me equal on a winning side and losing side. If PM is not doing it, then what is the purpose of having a PM? PM, maybe first time India seeing a PM, where he comes and takes center stage in a failure. First time India seeing a PM. Previously PM used to come when somebody is winning, or you come to the toss, you don't take a risk with.
And now let's also shift our focus to all the action. This is, remember, the penultimate push by the BJP's biggest face, the Prime Minister, who is on ground zero even as we speak. He's crisscrossing about 9 to 10 constituencies in Jaipur right now. Those are live images on your screens. And this is where the Prime Minister is holding a grand roadshow for the big Rajasthan battle that happens on the 25th. Do remember, Rajasthan as a state has a habit of changing the Raj every 5 years. So will that continue, or will the Congress be able to retain that state is the big question. You've seen that big push coming in from the BJP. Harsha, I'm told, is also right now on ground zero, and she joins us live right now. You know, Harsha, the Prime Minister, the biggest face for the BJP right now campaigning, but many would say that what about the other big faces in the BJP? What about Vasundhara Raje? Why has the BJP not projected her this time around as a chief ministerial face? Is that a question that is being echoed by the people, or you believe that the Prime Minister is that overarching figure who will just win this battle for the BJP?
So Dipti, right now, if I talk about Rajasthan, I'm here from past 3 days, and what we have understood in Rajasthan is that Prime Minister's charisma works here. The entire crowd in Rajasthan is crazy, an enthu crowd who just want to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And I'll ask my camera person Hitesh to even show you the visuals as well, because you can see sea of people who have gathered here just to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Right now, each and every one is watching Narendra Modi through through LED, which has been placed at several places here, and that's the charisma of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And we have seen the similar pattern in Gujarat, in UP, working in favor of BJP. Vasundhara Raje is a seasoned leader, veteran leader, but there are a lot of questions revolving around Scindia. There are certain questions of caste politics and the leaders, the tuning, the infighting, the corruption charges, and several others. And BJP clearly knows that this time it's very important for BJP to retain power in Rajasthan. It is also rotation jinx, which is said for Rajasthan. But if we talk about Eastern Rajasthan, if we talk about Western Rajasthan, there are several places where right now the caste equation, the Sanatan factor, the topics which BJP is continuously projecting is working in favor of BJP, and therefore the entire jubilated and ecstatic and elated crowd could be seen cheering, sloganeering Har Har Modi, Ghar Ghar Modi and Jai Shri Ram. Now watching Republic TV, it's time for a short break. Stay tuned. On the other side of the break, we'll show you more visuals from the Prime Minister's 4-kilometer road show in Jaipur. Stay tuned with us for a short break.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
ये तोप के गोले हैं, जरा इनकी साइज देखिए, और इन्हीं तोप के गोलों से हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकियों का इलाज किया जा रहा है। ये वो टैंक है जिसकी रेंज करीब 35 किलोमीटर है। ये मतो टैंक कहा जाता है, और जिस तरफ आप बैरल का मुंह देख रहे हैं उस तरफ हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी हैं। हम इस वक्त जिस इलाके में हैं, यहाँ पर एक्टिव वॉर जोन है। यहाँ करीब 500 की तादाद में आर्टिलरी मैन तैनात किए गए हैं। ये मतो टैंक है जो हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादियों को चुन चुन कर उनका सफाया कर रहा है।
आईडीएफ कर रही थी उसके मुताबिक सुरंग मिली है और उसका वीडियो जारी किया गया है। 55 मीटर लंबी और 10 मीटर गहरी ये सुरंग मिली है अल-शिफा अस्पताल के कॉम्प्लेक्स से।
We'll now share this video which shows the same hostage entering into the hospital with a gunman, terrorist inside the hospital.
जो सस्पेक्ट किया गया था इजरायली डिफेंस फोर्सेस की तरफ से, वो यहाँ पर वाकई मिलता दिखाई दे रहा है।
इस वक्त हम एक्टिव वॉर जोन में हैं, और जिस जगह पर हम हैं यहाँ से हिजबुल्लाह को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। ये आर्टिलरी जोन है जहाँ पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। उस तरफ जिधर हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी उन दूर पहाड़ियों पर बैठे हुए हैं, और वहाँ से वो फायर करते हैं, और उसका जवाब यहाँ से जो आर्टिलरी वेपन्स हैं, जो आर्टिलरीज हैं, वो जवाब देते हैं। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे आर्टिलरी वेपन्स यहाँ पर इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं और हिजबुल्लाह पर सीधे हमले करते हैं। यहाँ पर आर्मी एक्टिवली लगातार हिजबुल्लाह पर हमले कर रही है।
इस वक्त हम आर्मिस्टिस लाइन पर मौजूद हैं और आप मेरे पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर पर लगातार तेज होती बम्बार्डमेंट की तस्वीरें सीधे देख पा रहे हैं। इस्माइल हानिये जो पूरी तरह से हेड करता है हमास को, उसके घर को देर रात जो स्ट्राइक्स हुई हैं उसमें नेस्तनाबूद कर दिया गया है। अल-शिफा अस्पताल में भी ऑपरेशन जारी है। जो जानकारी आईडीएफ की तरफ से दी गई है उसमें बताया गया कि उसके अंदर तमाम जो हथियार है, एडवांस्ड वेपन्स हैं जिनका इस्तेमाल हमास इजराइल के खिलाफ करता है, वो वेपन्स बरामद किए गए हैं। हमास की तरफ से कहा गया कि 3 दिन का अगर सीज फायर किया जाता है तो कुछ बंधकों को छोड़ा जा सकता है।
Parliament of the Hamas political bureau has been captured by the Israel Defense Forces. This comes on the 30th day of the war. Recovery of the arms and ammunition from the basement of Rantisi Hospital, which is the hospital of the children in the Gaza Strip, and that was occupied by the terrorists of Hamas, the underground tunnel system, the basement being used by the terrorists of Hamas, possibly to keep the hostages, as being said by the Israel Defense Forces. This speaks of the volumes that how the schools, the mosques, the kindergartens and also the hospitals are being used as their bases, the hideouts by the terrorists of Hamas, and now many of them has been busted.
रिपब्लिक आपको जंग के मैदान से वो तस्वीरें दिखाने और बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो अब से पहले आपने कभी नहीं देखी थी। ये पूरा इलाका छावनी में तब्दील हो चुका है। आर्मी की करीब 25,000 जो रिजर्व फोर्सेस हैं वो यहाँ पर हैं। गोलन हाइट्स का जो बॉर्डर है वो बमुश्किल 8 किलोमीटर है और इसीलिए ये एक्टिव वॉर फील्ड है। यहाँ पर बड़े हमले करने की तैयारी की जा रही है।
Welcome back. You're watching Republic, and let's again take you across to all the political action, the fervor on the ground. The Prime Minister has hit the ground running, and this is the biggest push that has come in from the Prime Minister, who's been, remember, canvassing around different areas and constituencies in Rajasthan right now. That's the big battle for those 200 seats. The last time around, you do remember that the Congress did win the state. The Congress was able to complete a 5-year term. Now, as the tradition is that for the last 30 years, you haven't seen a government incumbent that has been repeated. But Ashok Gehlot says that he's done so much work. There are guarantees that he's announced earlier today on the basis of which he claims that he is coming back to power. But on the other side is that ground self support for the Prime Minister, who's the biggest face for the BJP right now. Many say that the BJP in Rajasthan is a divided house. They haven't named Vasundhara Raje as their chief minister. But earlier today, we've seen interesting images of a smiling Vasundhara Raje and a smiling Prime Minister also from a rally. So will that change the things in the favor of the BJP? No one knows. But the Prime Minister there continuing his roadshow in Jaipur.
पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर भी देख पा रहे हैं जहां पर लगातार हमले तेज हो रहे हैं। आईडीएफ की तरफ से वीडियो जारी कर बताया गया है कि गाजा पट्टी में कैसे एक्शन में नजर आ रही है 400वीं ब्रिगेड, उसकी तस्वीर अब सामने आई है। आईडीएफ का ऑपरेशन लगातार एडवांस स्टेज में आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
चुनौतियां जहां गाजा सिटी से आगे बढ़ने की थी, अब वो चुनौतियां दोबारा वहीं सरहदी इलाकों पर आ गई हैं, क्योंकि हमास काफी ज्यादा चुनौती दे रहा है। हमास अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये बात जो है इजराइल भी जानता है और यही कारण है कि बार बार उनकी पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप ये कह रही है कि ये जंग लंबे समय तक चलेगी।
रिपब्लिक आपको जंग के मैदान से वो तस्वीरें दिखाने और बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो अब से पहले आपने कभी नहीं देखी थी। ये पूरा इलाका छावनी में तब्दील हो चुका है। आर्मी की करीब 25,000 जो रिजर्व फोर्सेस हैं वो यहाँ पर हैं। गोलन हाइट्स का जो बॉर्डर है वो बमुश्किल 8 किलोमीटर है और इसीलिए ये एक्टिव वॉर फील्ड है। यहाँ पर बड़े हमले करने की तैयारी की जा रही है।
आईडीएफ कर रही थी उसके मुताबिक सुरंग मिली है और उसका वीडियो जारी किया गया है। 55 मीटर लंबी और 10 मीटर गहरी ये सुरंग मिली है अल शिफा अस्पताल के कॉम्प्लेक्स से।
We'll now share this video that shows the same hostage entering into the hospital with the gunman, terrorist inside the hospital.
जो सस्पेक्ट किया गया था इजरायली डिफेंस फोर्सेस की तरफ से वो यहाँ पर वाकई मिलता दिखाई दे रहा है।
इस वक्त हम एक्टिव वॉर जोन में हैं और जिस जगह पर हम हैं यहाँ से हिजबुल्लाह को निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। ये आर्टिलरी जोन है जहाँ पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। उस तरफ जिधर हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी उन दूर पहाड़ियों पर बैठे हुए हैं और वहाँ से वो फायर करते हैं और उसका जवाब यहाँ से जो आर्टिलरी वेपन्स हैं, जो आर्टिलरीज हैं, वो जवाब देते हैं। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे आर्टिलरी वेपन्स यहाँ पर इंस्टॉल किए गए हैं और हिजबुल्लाह पर सीधे हमले करते हैं। यहाँ पर आर्मी एक्टिवली लगातार हिजबुल्लाह पर हमले कर रही है। ये तोप के गोले हैं, जरा इनकी साइज देखिए और इन्हीं तोप के गोलों से हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकियों का इलाज किया जा रहा है। ये वो टैंक है जिसकी रेंज करीब 35 किलोमीटर है। ये मतो टैंक कहा जाता है और जिस तरफ आप बैरल का मुंह देख रहे हैं उस तरफ हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादी हैं। हम इस वक्त जिस इलाके में हैं यहाँ पर एक्टिव वॉर जोन है। यहाँ करीब 500 की तादाद में आर्टिलरी मेन्स तैनात किए गए हैं। ये मतो टैंक है जो हिजबुल्लाह के आतंकवादियों को चुन चुन कर उनका सफाया कर रहा है।
इस वक्त हम आर्मिस्टिस लाइन पर मौजूद हैं और आप मेरे पीछे गाजा बॉर्डर पर लगातार तेज होती बम्बार्डमेंट की तस्वीरें सीधे देख पा रहे हैं। इस्माइल हानिये जो पूरी तरह से हेड करता है हमास को, उसके घर को देर रात जो स्ट्राइक्स हुई हैं उसमें नेस्तनाबूद कर दिया गया है। अल शिफा अस्पताल में भी ऑपरेशन जारी है। जो जानकारी IDF की तरफ से दी गई है उसमें बताया गया कि उसके अंदर तमाम जो हथियार है, एडवांस्ड वेपन्स हैं जिनका इस्तेमाल हमास इजराइल के खिलाफ करता है, वो वेपन्स बरामद किए गए हैं। हमास की तरफ से कहा गया कि 3 दिन का अगर सीज फायर किया जाता है तो कुछ बंधकों को छोड़ा जा सकता है।
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi called Prime Minister Narendra Modi as Panoti and said his entry made India lose the 2023 World Cup final match against Australia last Sunday.
याद है? हाँ क्या? पनौती वो अच्छा भला वहां पे हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते। वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया। टीवी वाले ये नहीं कहेंगे मगर जनता जानती है।
After the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi called Prime Minister Narendra Modi a Panoti, official Congress party's X account shared the video of Rahul Gandhi without issuing an apology, indicating the endorsement of the statement. Responding to the Congress leader's jibe, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman slammed Rahul Gandhi, dubbing his remark as despicably poor comment.
Games are played, matches are won and lost. If he wants to, he's continuing the Congress tradition, is he not? He's actually continuing the Congress tradition of calling all abusive names of the Prime Minister. Didn't they earlier say he's a viper, gutter snipe? Didn't they say, he's this, he's that? He's continuing that tradition. I thought he'll stay away from it and have his chelas, Manishankar here and others talk about it.
BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad reportedly demanded an apology from Congress leader Rahul Gandhi for calling Prime Minister Narendra Modi a Panauti.
ये बहुत ही शर्मिंदगी का बयान है, ये गाली है, बिल्कुल मर्यादा विहीन। मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है, मैं वैसे शब्द प्रयोग नहीं कर सकता हूं। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री का पद गरिमा का पद होता है और नरेंद्र मोदी जी आज दुनिया के नेता हैं, सबको इनकरेज करते हैं। उनके बारे में ऐसे शब्दों का प्रयोग राहुल गांधी करें, क्या मैं बोलूं? या तो कहूंगा हताशा में वो इतना उनकी सोच गड़बड़ा गई है, राजनीतिक सोच, कि क्या बोल रहे हैं, कौन बोल रहे हैं, या फिर किसी ने लिख के दे दिया होगा। तो राहुल गांधी तो अपने कुछ करते हैं, जिसने लिख के दे दिया बोल देते हैं।
In a major breakthrough in the ongoing Silkara tunnel collapse, rescue team officials have successfully developed communication with the trapped workers through the 6-inch pipeline.
At the moment, we've got multiple rescue missions all happening concurrently, and so although no one knows which mission will be the successful one, we've got 5 going on right now. So we've got the mission through the collapse area with various techniques going in that way. We've got a mission in the side of the mountain trying to intercept the tunnel. We've got a mission from the top of the mountain coming down, and we've got a mission coming from the other end of the tunnel coming in. So I'm sure we're going to rescue the men. I'm sure they're coming home. I'm just not sure when.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi took stock of the progress of its ongoing rescue work after the team made a significant